What's up, community? My name is Professor Kane, and this is Relationomics, the show that looks at the uncanny parallels. Now today, we're going to take a look at something called the Laffer Curve. No, it's not Laffer like, haha, I just heard a funny joke and now I'm about to die of a hernia. No, this is a different Laffer, L-A-F-F-E-R. It was invented by some person sometime. His name was probably Laffer. I don't know, I'm not a historian. But the Laffer Curve works a little bit like this. We always set up our graph because, of course, we are good econometricians. Now, what the Laffer Curve articulates is the amount of revenue that a government can take in based on taxes. Now, I'm sure that sounded totally boring and your ears bled for a bit, but it's a little bit interesting. So here on our x-axis, we have percent. That is the percentage that a government taxes its people. I know that sounds terrible and you may have cringed a little bit from hearing the word taxes. I did too. My insides are boiling. And this is the dollar amount of revenue that the government actually takes in from taxes. The Laffer curve looks a little bit like this. It's this nice looking bell curve that we have right here. And what it says is if you tax your people at 0%, this is 0% tax, then you're not going to take in any money because nobody's paying taxes. Seems pretty simple. And now this is 100%. If you tax your people at 100%, people are going to realize that they don't have to work because all their money is going to be taken from them and the government's going to take care of them anyway, so why do anything? And so as you tax your people more and more, you end up taking in more money until it hits a certain point where people just want to work less because they're not going to keep as much of what they have. And the government pays people hundreds of thousands of dollars to find where that apex is. Nobody really knows where it is, but we know it's there somewhere. It's out there somewhere in the ether. And this apex right here, that is the place that you want to be as a government. That is the perfect amount that you can tax your citizens to get the most amount of money. Pretty simple, pretty easy, a little boring, but it's not too difficult to understand. Now, let's apply that to girls. So, we talked a little bit in supply and demand about your investment in a girl. And the reason that you're in the friend zone is because you've been throwing yourself at the girl the same way Fat Albert throws himself at that KFC. What we never really talked about is what's the appropriate amount to invest in a girl? We never really discussed that at all. And so I said, to get out of the friend zone, the best way to do is to decrease supply, to decrease your investment in her. Well, the Laffer curve is going to help us out with that. In the same way this was tax revenue and this was percent, this is your investment in a girl, this is your supply to a girl, and this y-axis is her demand for you. And it actually follows this same type of bell curve right here. We're going to break this down into 3 different zones. All right. This first zone is called the IDC Zone, or the I don't really care zone. This is when you don't really show any interest in a girl and she doesn't really show any interest in you. You're just friends, you're just acquaintances, you don't really have any plans to be romantically involved. You're indifferent. But yeah, here, you don't really care about her, she doesn't really care about you, you're just two people bumping shoulders, I don't know. Maybe you think she's cute, maybe she thinks you're cute, but you're not going to do anything about it because you don't care. Did I land that?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, now that we've covered this, let's move here. And this is, no. This is not a place you want to be. This is no, this is the, how do we say this word, you ask me? How do we say this word, Professor Kane? This is nagabuff. This is the nagabuff zone. Nagabuff stands for not actually gay, gay best friend. No. No, 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 no. If you're here, you're doing something deadly wrong. This is when you are way too into a girl. And because of that, she's just not into you. Like she realizes that she does not need to do anything for you to still be interested in her. She could probably bash you some of the time. Not wear makeup, ask you to rub her foot, definitely talk about you behind your back, and you're still going to be invested in her. Don't do it. So now we get into the good place. This is the place you want to be. This is not, I don't care, you care a little bit. This is not nagabuff, you don't care that much. No. This is, for lack of a better thing, the big blue checkmark zone. This is where you want to be, this is what you want to do. This is not too little, not too much, the same way that Goldilocks likes her porridge. That is the interest that you show in a girl. That's the investment that you put forth in a girl. Here, you are all in for her, she's not in for you. Here, you're not in for her, she's not in for you. Here, it's a two-way street. Here, it kind of goes both ways. See, now, the way to get here, if you start out here, the only thing to do is to care a little bit more. Just to be a little interested, not too interested, by being a little talkative, by being a little clever, by being a little smart, but still leaving something to be desired. You're not too into her yet. The way to get out of here is the same way to get out of the friend zone. Don't hang out with her all the time. Don't give her foot massages. Don't eat ice cream with her. Don't any of that. No. And instead, display some more confidence, hang out with more people, do other stuff. What you're doing if you're here is that you care about her. You're a little interested in her. When you talk, it's good. But you're still leaving something to be desired. And that is the main thing. If you are totally invested in her, you're not leaving anything to be desired. So what I'm saying is, don't be Albania, don't be North Korea. Be like Jack and Jill. Run straight to the top of that hill. Thanks for watching. Stay salty.
Peace.